Hello, back on the trail in Great Smoky Mountain National Park. Today I'm going to be doing the old Sugarlands Trail. And so this is a relatively short trail for me. I'm going to go up to where it intersects with Bullhead, which is another route up to LeConte. And so I'm going to go up to there, turn around and come back. So total round trip about 7 miles. And so starting off here by this fantastic river, very beautiful, very scenic. This is a pretty popular trail for the tourists. It's right beside the visitor center there for the National Park Service. So it's fairly well traveled. I expect it to be well maintained. And so definitely looking forward to it. This is just going to be a short in and out, and then I've got a much longer trail tomorrow that I'm going to be doing. So we'll see how it goes, but looking forward to this trail, Old Sugarlands Trail. Just about half a mile in, and decided that this trail intersects Grassy Branch Horse Trail. And so I think what I'm going to end up doing, I'm going to go up to Bull's Head, and then whenever I turn around, instead of coming straight back down the trail, I think I'm going to take this horse trail back, and just to give a little variety, so I'm not just retracing my steps right back down. But so far, very clean, very pretty trail, easy, nothing too difficult or technical by any means. Well maintained, and so I would highly recommend for anyone that's looking for a trail that's, you know, a tourist trail that's just right beside the visitor center. So definitely something worth doing. So I'll film a little bit more as I keep going up the trail and just let you see what that looks like. On we go. About 2.5 miles into the trail here, and I would say that the last probably mile is started the uphill ascent here, and it's a moderate climb, nothing too bad, but trail is well maintained. It's pretty much easy. As you can see, this is a trail behind me, and it's pretty much just a gravel road all the way up. Very well maintained, nice relaxing trail. Getting a little bit of sun, believe it or not. Normally this area is known for the green tunnel, but actually getting some pretty open areas with some sun. So had to put my sun hoodie up a few times just to protect myself. But overall, good trail. Definitely get your heart rate up and get you some sweat going with this uphill climb. But I like it, and show you what the rest of it's like. Alright, I'm about maybe half a mile from where the trail meets up with Bull's Head, and that's as far as I'm going to go. And it's just been tons of these little purple flowers all along the trail. And as I'm hiking through here, I know it's kind of hard to tell on camera, but this right here is an old homestead. It looks like a foundation or a fence, stacked stones. So it's pretty cool. The trail's been really nice, really peaceful, relaxing, not too difficult. This last probably half mile has been pretty steady uphill incline, pretty decent incline, getting some pretty good elevation. But overall, decent trail, fun. The trail itself, the path is in great shape. So I'll keep hiking and film a little bit more once I get to where Bull's Head meets. juncture of Bullhead Trail here and Old Sugarland, and I've gone about 3.5 miles. Took me an hour and a half to get here. Again, that's with taking a couple of breaks and stopping to film stuff and whatever else. So probably could have done a little bit quicker if I wasn't filming, and also it's pretty hot out here today, so I did stop a few times for some breaks, but I'm gonna head back down. I'm not gonna go the same way. I think I'm gonna take one of the horse trails, at least attempt to. I looked at them as I was coming up and they appeared to be a little bit overgrown, definitely in comparison to the old Sugarland Trail. I mean, that's just like walking up a gravel road. But anyway, this is Bullhead Trail behind me, and like I say, here it is behind me there, and that's how you can get up to LeConte if you want to go there. I've hiked the trail before. It's almost a cow path all the way up it. Pretty rocky as well, and it is all uphill all the way up to LeConte. So if you do that trail, take you lots of water and be prepared for an uphill ascent there. But anyway, I'm gonna head back down and I'm gonna try to attempt to do one of these horse trails, and we'll see how it goes. Talk to you later. Going up that way. This is Old Sugarland going back the way I came. Should be all downhill all the way back to the car. Alright, here is the horse trail that I'm going to take. Attempt to take at least. So we'll see how this goes. As you can tell, it is definitely not maintained like the regular trail, so this should be interesting. And maybe a bad idea. We'll see. Alright, as you can see, I made it just maybe 100 yards down this trail, and there are blowdowns everywhere, and it is definitely not maintained. So I'm going to head back to the main trail and just go back down the way I came up. It's worth a try, a little adventure, but this is impassable the way it is, so maybe next time. As I was coming up the trail, I totally missed this, but saw it as I'm coming down the trail. Just some stacked stones there, so obviously the remains of some sort of settlement back in the day, hundreds of years old. Just kind of cool to see it there. Thought I'd share that with you. The trail's been pretty good. I'm a good portion of the way back down the trail now. It's been really easy coming down the trail. Got kind of glad I didn't do that horse trail, because that looked like it was more than what I was willing to do. So, but other than that, the trail's been really good. It's beautiful out here. It's quiet, a little bit warm, a little bit buggy, but that's okay. I just love being out here. Thankful that I've got the opportunity and the ability to do this. So we'll continue on. All right, getting down to the end of my hike here. Wanted to wrap everything up for you here and kind of summarize what I thought of the trail. So overall, it's a good trail for what it is. I suspect it's a pretty touristy travel trail just because it's right here beside a river for a good portion of it, and then after that though, I doubt that many people travel it. So, you know, overall I liked it. It was quiet. Once you got past the river and all of it follows along a road as well, so once you get past the road, it gets really quiet. But that's about the time it starts going uphill as well. So, you know, it did have not an aggressive, but it did have a nice uphill climb there. But overall, good trail, nice, quiet, very well maintained, no blowdowns. Would not recommend doing the horse trails, at least not at this time. They're too overgrown and too messed up. So, but otherwise the main trail, perfectly fine. So overall, if you want to come out and do a pretty easy trail, you know, it's a good one. It's pretty, not too difficult. So I'd recommend it. But again, it's Old Sugarland Trail. I went from the trailhead, which starts off of Newfound Gap Road, just next to the visitor center and the park headquarters. As you can probably hear the traffic coming through now. And I went all the way up to where Bullhead Trail intersects with it, and stopped there, turned around, and came back. That's part of my 900-mile map that I'm doing. I've done the rest of this particular trail, so I only needed this one little section. Again, it took me an hour and a half to get up the trail. It took just a little bit more than an hour to get back down the trail, and so, you know, not too bad. Bring some water with you. There is like maybe one water source to resupply, but besides this giant river that I'm walking beside, but honestly you won't really need it. You're doing just this one little section. So anyway, happy trails. Definitely hope that you get out hiking some, enjoy what God's given us here, and we'll see you next time.